Well, hello and welcome to A Muggle's Perspective. I am Rogge. I'm here to guide you, our listeners, and also Braden through the Harry Potter books. Braden, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's getting dark earlier and earlier here in northern Indiana, but I guess that's just to be expected. We are joined this week not just by Braden, but by one of our patrons, the fantastic Carla. Hi, Carla.
Hi.
So first of all, you need to instruct us on how to pronounce your name.
That's exactly it.
Just
Carla.
Okay, I figured I was right about that one. And then it's Gomez?
Gomes.
Oh, Gomes?
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of a sh sound at the end. Gomes.
Gomes?
Yes, that's the one.
Interesting. So since I spent time in Spain, in Madrid, when you said there was kind of a sh sound, I put in like the ceceo, which is like more of a lisp than a sh. So that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah, that's more of a Spanish sound, the lisp. But in Portuguese, it sounds really like shh.
That's so cool. So, Carla, tell us about yourself. We want to know how you became a Harry Potter fan and what Hogwarts house you're in and all of that stuff.
Okay, so I'm a late bloomer to the Harry Potter world. But I've been a fan already for about 16 years, so it's been a while. I was about 20 when I read the first 4 books, which were the ones that were already out at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I got hooked at about the second chapter of the first book. And I've been a fan ever since. I'm in Ravenclaw.
Oh,
nice.
That's our first Ravenclaw, right?
Is it?
I want to say that's our first Ravenclaw.
I guess probably. I think we had a Gryffindor. I think Nate was a Gryffindor. And what did Joseph say? Well, he hasn't even read the books, so I don't know if he even put himself, or maybe I think he sorted himself into Ilvermorny.
Yeah,
instead of Hogwarts.
Yeah, that's right.
So we also wanted to ask you, Carla, you're our first international guest. You're by far the farthest away guest because the other 2 guests have recorded from Warsaw, Indiana, with me. So we wanted to ask you what that's like being an international fan.
Well, being a Potterhead, I searched for a lot of Harry Potter related podcasts, and I found yours a few months ago, I think.
That is crazy for us to think that people are finding it just from searching, because we thought just our friends would listen to it.
Yeah, honestly, until this, you actually came on and I could hear your voice, I kind of thought Rogge was making this up. So that is insane.
Well, he could still be making it up.
Oh, that's true.
That'd be very elaborate.
Yeah.
So you were kind of telling us before we recorded that you originally read the books in Portuguese, which is, we wouldn't even have thought of that because we just think of them as, English, and sometimes we don't even consider that different perspective. So have you noticed a difference in the books from English to Portuguese? And I think you said you read Deathly Hallows in English as well. So what was that like?
Yeah, definitely. It's really different. These particular chapters we're going to be talking about, I will only just read them in English. But when Deathly Hallows came out, I really couldn't wait to know. So I bought the English copy, and later on I got the Portuguese copy just to get the whole set. It's pretty different, I guess.
Is it? Like, is the tone, the words are different, or I guess I don't even know what to expect.
The tone is not very different, but they're colloquial expressions.
Do some English words just not translate very well
to
Portuguese?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. There's one particular one that I really like. That's when Peeves blows raspberries at some point, and I think that's already happened. I hope this is not a spoiler.
No, it's okay.
But, well, the Portuguese translation translated it like that, literally blowing raspberries, and that doesn't mean anything in Portuguese except having a mouthful of raspberries and dropping them on top of people's heads.
That's funny.
so I was really confused for quite a long time about all that raspberry blowing thing. And then I heard the expression in a different context, and I understood what it meant, and then it made sense. But it was years before I understood why Peeves was blowing raspberries.
Wow. That's fun. I've read the first two books in Spanish, and there were definitely times I had to look up words, but I think it's different coming from English first and then reading it in my second language. I didn't have any like big translation issues, so that's a really cool experience.
So, Carla, and maybe you don't have one, and that's okay, but do you kind of have a reason that you've come to be a Ravenclaw? Or like an explanation, or like how did you decide on that?
I really didn't. But every quiz I've taken assures me that I'm a Ravenclaw.
Okay.
I thought I'd be a Hufflepuff. I'd really like to hang out by the kitchen door. But apparently I'm in Ravenclaw. And I do like it. I think it's fine. And I'm not a Ravenclaw hater or anything.
Yeah. So I guess since neither Rogge and for both Rogge and I, this is our first time virtually meeting you, I guess. What about you makes you Ravenclaw, in your opinion? This is coming from someone who is still trying to understand the differentiations between houses.
Sure. Well, I really like to study deep on the matters that interest me. So that's probably one thing that I share with Ravenclaw. I really like to be left alone with my books or my podcasts.
That's fair. Sweet.
Yeah, I think that is definitely a Ravenclaw trait, taking interest in something and then wanting to go after it and study it and just learn more about it. That thirst for knowledge definitely sounds very Ravenclaw to me.
So why isn't Hermione Ravenclaw?
Hermione was actually a hat stall, which is a term used for someone that's just right on the edge to the point where the Sorting Hat can't figure it out necessarily. And so it goes back and forth for forever. If you take more than, I think, 5 minutes, then there's like a special term for it. And it almost did Ravenclaw, but I don't want to spoil anything, but it's very important. The things that are important to Hermione, like her morals, are very important to her. And so she the way I interpret it is she sees those as more of her defining traits as opposed to her intelligence. And so that's why the hat eventually leaned Gryffindor.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Do we have any other intro questions?
I don't think so, other than what do you think of these chapters after reading them in English for the first time? It's kind of fun.
Yeah, there were a few expressions, again, that really got me off guard. Some words used in certain contexts. And I really love the Stan and Ernie conversation. They're really fun to read.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear Braden taking a go at speaking like them.
Oh no!
Good.
Already calling me out for impersonations. Sweet. Actually, I had a lot of fun. So, I guess this hasn't been mentioned yet. It would have been in the last episode that probably hasn't come out yet. So with my new job, I'm commuting, and so I've been using the audiobooks instead. And what's the guy's name that reads them in the version I have?
Jim Dale.
Jim Dale. So, Carla, if you get the chance and can get your hands on a copy of Jim Dale's audiobook version, the way he does specifically Stan and Ernie, but like all of the voices is like really fun. It has added like a whole different side to the book for me, but he made that whole scene with Stan and Ernie like I don't think I could have read it the way that he did. Like it just kind of changed a lot for me. So that was a lot of fun if you get the chance to do that.
Sure, I'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah.
You can find them on YouTube, but the good ones always get taken down within a couple of days because they're not supposed to be on YouTube. So
yeah.
That kind of leads us into the beginning of Chapter 3 of Prisoner of Azkaban, The Night Bus. Before we get to your general night bus thoughts, Braden, we have a little bit of Harry, sort of fugitive Harry, I guess, Harry on the run. Were you worried at all? Like Harry said on page 31, he was almost certainly going to be expelled from Hogwarts. Were you worried about this?
No. Still, I mean, to me, there's no way he could ever get expelled from Hogwarts.
It's just never, like, he could kill someone and he's going to stay at Hogwarts no matter what?
I mean, no. If he commits murder, I think they'll kick him out. But for typical, like, 13-year-old boy stuff and, like, an accidental slip up on using some magic here and there, like, he's too important to the wizarding community to kick him out of Hogwarts. And from, like, just a practical reader standpoint, what do you do with the story if he's not at Hogwarts? So.
Well, you don't know. I mean, there could be all kinds of stuff that Harry does that just happens to not be at school.
Well, I guess I'll just say then, if he ever were to be expelled from Hogwarts, I will be shocked.
It's an interesting perspective. I mean, when I first read this, I was probably a little bit worried for him. I can't remember that time very well.
I was more worried for him out on his own.
He was going to be attacked?
Yeah, than being expelled. But, which, I mean, as I got to the end of these chapters, I think I was worried for good reason, for him to be by himself, so.
Ooh, we'll have to save your take on that. I mean, it kind of goes to the quote that Carla picked out here. Harry says he had never been in a worse fix, and she commented, really? Like, seriously? That's really Harry's perspective? I mean, he's been in some bad situations before now. Is that what you were getting at with that, Carla?
Yeah, sure. Just out of the top of my head, he saw Voldemort's face on the back of a teacher's head.
Great point.
Fought a giant snake and had a fang of that snake in his arm. He lost all bones of his arm in a Quidditch game.
Yeah.
And had to regrow them. But I think what all those situations have in common is that, well, he knew he was either going to die, or if he didn't, he knew where his next meal was coming from. So this all comes back to food. He doesn't know where his next meal is coming from, and that freaks anyone out.
Yeah, that's a scary place to be as a 13-year-old for sure.
Yeah.
So then the next kind of thing that comes up is a couple pages later on page 33. Harry, he gets this, prickling sensation on the back of his neck. He just feels like someone is watching him. And he ends up seeing... Okay, where is it? On page 33, second paragraph. He held his wand high over his head. Between the walls and the garage door, he saw the hulking outline of something very big with wide, gleaming eyes. So what are you thinking at this point, Braden?
I didn't know what to think. I was trying to think of what kind of beast maybe we haven't met yet, which is a useless endeavor because J.K. Rowling never ceases to amaze me with the kind of weird stuff she can come up with. I don't know, but you definitely get the feeling that it's somehow related to this Sirius Black guy.
Interesting. Why so?
Well, I'm speaking from having read through the next chapter.
That's fine.
But I don't know. I just don't think... we talked maybe last episode or the episode before about like starting to see some patterns in J.K. Rowling's writing, or at least for this story. And I don't think these things happen out of coincidence, obviously. I think stuff is usually just connected in some weird way. And I kind of feel like whatever this beast is in some way under control of this Sirius Black guy. Because I feel like, we hear... I don't know, how much can I go into here, Rogge, with what we know from the next chapter?
Oh, you can definitely do the next chapter.
Okay, because, we learned that through the Weasleys' conversation that Harry overhears that, Sirius Black's coming for him. So, coming for Harry. So having read that, to me, whatever this thing is, was coming for Harry.
So this is just association by proximity to you. We're hearing Sirius Black brought up a bunch. We know someone's coming for Harry, and those two things wouldn't be mentioned in the same couple of chapters if they were unrelated.
That's how I read it.
Sure.
I don't know. The fact that this was written with a sort of scary undertones, I guess, like, you know, it stopped Harry in his tracks, and he was like kind of having an internal freak out there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't think it was there to be friendly with Harry.
So we're worried for Harry with this thing stalking him.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really great timing that this night bus came in when it did. So
I'm going to put you on the spot. What is it?
What is this beast?
Yeah.
I think it's a werewolf.
Ooh. Why?
Or some sort of wolf. That is the first thing that popped in my head.
Well, good. I'm glad we can get a guess out of you here. Okay, so we think that's a werewolf, maybe. Harry almost dies getting run over when he falls over. Now, what are your night bus thoughts? Let's get general night bus. You don't sound too excited about the night bus. Is it not fun?
No, it's very fun. I was like sort of confused as to where it came from. Is this an entity of Hogwarts? Does Hogwarts send out the night bus?
No.
No. So it's just a random magical bus that picks people up.
Yes. Well, let's go to page 34. So Stan is making sure... Oh, okay, top of page 35, bottom of page 34. Stan says, "You did flag us down, didn't ya? Stuck out your wand and, didn't ya?" So that's what Harry did to cause the bus to come to him. It didn't just randomly drive by. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah. Yeah, so I was sort of... I mean, it was cool, and I think it was awesome how, like, everybody gets their... It's basically like a mobile hotel.
Yeah.
I didn't really fully get the explanation as to, like, how... So just because Harry stuck his wand out, they knew to, like, go wherever he was?
Yeah, it's kind of like flagging down a taxi.
But he stuck his wand up and done the Lumos thing before.
On the like, standing on the curb?
Well, no, I guess not on the curb. Okay.
It's magic.
Yeah. Well, that was very convenient timing then, that the night bus happened to be in the area.
It was very convenient. So he's on there. We get Stan and Ernie. Harry's pretending to be Neville Longbottom. This is just a comedy sequence.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that was the first person he thought of to lie about and say he was. Like, I just thought that was interesting.
Why did he even have to lie, though? Is he just that worried that he's about to be tracked down and kicked out of Hogwarts?
Yeah, I think so. I think at this point, he's like... Well, I mean, you gotta think, like, his plan at this point is like, okay, if I can just get to Gringotts, get my money out, and then figure out how to live the rest of my life from that point. Right?
So he's locked in as Neville for the foreseeable future? Or is it just while he's on the bus?
Just till he gets to London.
Oh, okay.
Because at this point, like, any other time he's been picked up by something magical, it had to do, like, Hagrid with the motorcycle, or
right.
Something like that. So I feel like he's probably thinking, like, the Ministry is tied into this somehow. So, like, I've never met these guys. I'll just say I'm Neville, so I can kind of fly under the radar till I get to Gringotts.
Sure. No, that definitely makes sense. I mean, the Ministry is a big entity. It could be connected to just about any and everything.
Yeah.
Carla, did you have a favorite line, a favorite Stan or Ernie line that stuck out to you in this section?
In the night bus? Yeah. Chu Fall Over For. I think it could be in the Get Off Me category.
Hey, Chu Fall Over For.
Chu Fall Over For.
That's it.
You did flag us down, didn't you? Stuck out your own, didn't you?
I want you to go. If you go any faster, I just won't be able to understand what you're saying, and I like that.
That's how Jim Dale read it, and I really enjoyed it.
11 sickles, but for 13 you get hot chocolate, and for 15 you get a hot water bottle and a toothbrush.
That's exactly
and the
how
colour
he
of your
reads
choice.
it. Everything is like in that same tone, no matter what he's saying. 11 sickles, but for 15 you get a hot chocolate. For 15 more, you get in a water bottle, a toothbrush, the colour of your choice.
Water bottle.
Water bottle.
I just feel like we sound like orphan, like pickpockets.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're trying to, or we're selling you newspapers.
Extra, read all about it.
2 canuts, only 3 more if you want the funny papers.
Hey, Chu Fall Down For.
Get off me!
And we'd like to thank Carla for coming on the episode. This has been great. And then Jim Dale's his impersonation of Ernie is just grunting. So I'm trying to find an Ernie line here.
There's not a lot of them.
Right, because every time it's just kind of like...
On page 36 he says, R.
Eloquent.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait for you to watch the movie for this part. I'm not going to say if you're going to like it or hate it, but I'm guessing you'll have a strong reaction.
Really?
Either way. Yeah, have you seen the movies, Carla?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Do you watch them with Portuguese subtitles?
I don't think so.
No?
No, with English subtitles. I was trying to remember the last time I saw one. It was in a Harry Potter marathon. I think it was... No, it was Portuguese subtitles because some people weren't that comfortable with English, so...
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, even... I know a lot of Americans who have a tough time with thick British accents, like a Cockney accent or a Londoner accent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very fair.
I really enjoy it. Even if I can't fully understand everything they said, it's just, entertaining. It's so much more exciting than just, my normal Indiana accent.
It is more exciting. That's just fair.
Yeah.
I can't stick up for the Indiana accent. So now we kind of get into the Sirius Black section discussion. You sort of already gave us your thoughts on this. Rundown, who's Sirius Black, and why are we talking about him right now?
Okay, so the way I understand it is Sirius Black was Lord Voldemort's number 2 when he was in power.
Right.
And the way he's explained throughout what I read is he's going mad. Sirius Black is mad. And he is broken out of Azkaban, which is supposed to be impossible.
Right.
So now he's, at large.
Yes.
We don't know where he is, what he's doing. We think it's safe to say that he's coming after Harry Potter, assumedly because he thinks if Harry's out of the way, then there's really nothing that could stop Lord Voldemort from making his return. So that seems like that's going to be a big part of Harry's life moving forward. So,
are we going to meet Sirius Black?
Oh, yeah.
Soon?
I would assume underneath the school at the end of this book.
It's got to be underneath the school.
So many miles underneath the school.
That's where Azkaban is, actually. They just built a jail miles underneath Hogwarts.
Might as well. Yeah. So, that's probably... I don't have a real strong beef this week, but that's probably it. That Azkaban is not equipped well enough to keep what would, in my mind, be their most dangerous prisoner behind bars.
Yeah, so how does a guy escape from a magical jail?
That's what I'm saying. You hadn't thought through every situation that this guy could use his dark magic to get out of there. I mean, that's the thing. Everyone talks about how it's supposed to be impossible. So
yeah, there's just a lot of talk of vague talk about Azkaban and its guards in these couple chapters.
Right.
And from the way everyone talks, it seems like it should be impossible.
Unless there's an inside
not.
Man.
Ooh.
Maybe we've got an Azkaban guard who was loyal to He Who Must Not Be Named.
Okay, and then waited until Harry Potter was 13 years old to break him out?
Yes.
Maybe he just got hired.
Maybe. Maybe he's been trying to work his way up through the ranks in time for when Harry would be there, and he finally made it.
He's been working his way up through the ranks. He was just sweeping at Azkaban.
Yep. He worked for Hagrid for a year or two.
Oiling the chains.
Yep.
Now that he's a guard, he can let out Sirius Black. So we're talking about Sirius Black. We get one of my favorite lines on the top of page 39. So Harry accidentally says Voldemort, and Ernie almost gets them in a car crash. And Stan yelps, "You out of your tree? What'd you say his name for?"
Oi! Chu Fall Down For!
Oi! It's the Ramones are actually doing the reading in this.
That's who I just assume all Londoners are like.
Hey! Oh! Chu Fall For! Hey! Oh!
You out of your tree?
Blimey!
Carla, are you familiar with the Ramones?
Yes.
Okay. I was just making sure you weren't sitting there like, this is ridiculous.
I mean, like, it is ridiculous.
Well, you are sitting there like that, but at least you know what we're talking about. So.
Yeah, I was prepared for it.
Okay. Good. It's always good to know what you're getting into.
Do we want to get into at all the specific nature of why Sirius Black is in Azkaban? Ernie sort of tells the story about it.
We can kind of review it.
What's your understanding of why he's imprisoned?
Didn't he, murder 13 muggles?
Yeah. What was it? A wizard and 12 muggles. He just blew up half the street, it looks like.
Yeah. Is this part of the same story where it says that he's carrying a gun, which in the muggle world is just a wand that you can kill people with?
Yeah, that's kind of how they explain it in the newspaper, is that the muggles have been told he has a gun, and they're like, okay, a gun is kind of like a wand.
A kind of metal wand.
To kill each other. It only has one spell.
Yeah, there's some comic relief there from J.K. Rowling.
That's the comic relief, not the whole chapter.
Well, yeah, but...
Scary looking thing, innit?
I really enjoy that part of the accent, that THs are Fs.
Yeah.
Like a toothbrush. A really scary looking thing.
I thought you were going to say, a really scary looking toothbrush.
And let's not forget about the 13.
Yeah.
I read 15 for over and over until I realized, it's 13.
I did that too. That's, they're so similar. So then, out of nowhere, we're at the Leaky Cauldron, and it's the Minister of Magic. Was this a shock to you?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what the Minister of Magic was doing, just hanging out at the Leaky Cauldron.
And then this has got to just confirm your suspicions that Harry is legitimately in danger.
Yes, yeah. At this point, it was like, that's too convenient that he's just there basically waiting on him. Especially, that he doesn't get in trouble at all. Like, the Minister of Magic's kind of like, yeah, you did do magic, and, you only blew up your aunt, so whatever, we'll move on. Just make sure you don't leave Diagon Alley.
I did like that line on page 44. Miss Dursley, just calling her Miss Aunt Marge, that just doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Miss Dursley has been punctured and her memory has been modified. So we kind of talked about what they were going to do to her. Didn't you say punctured like a balloon?
Yeah, just pop her, I guess.
That's what you got to do.
So is that extremely painful, you think?
Oh, good question. You'd figure magic...
Oh.
Carla's got some takes on Aunt Marge.
Oh, she's nasty.
I hope we do. I mean, you haven't heard the last episode where we talked about her a lot, but I hope we did her justice for you. We definitely were not fans of Aunt Marge. A lot of talk about her alcohol consumption.
Yeah. She's on the Hagrid level, I guess.
Seriously, I was blown away about how this woman can handle her alcohol.
I was about to ask you guys if you think that she could outdrink Hagrid.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
I sort of imagine... Okay, Carla, have you seen Parks and Rec? Because we mention it a lot.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Well, not everything, but I've seen a bit, yeah.
Have you seen
Sure.
the episode where Ron Swanson's mom comes in because he's back with Tammy 2, I think it is?
Tammy 1.
Tammy 1. Have you seen that episode?
I'm not so sure.
Okay, well, they basically have a drink-off. Ron's mother and Tammy 1, and they're drinking
No, isn't it Ron's mom versus... Oh, shoot. Isn't Leslie in on it for some
Leslie
reason?
gets in on it basically in an effort to save... I forget
Ron's
why
mom?
she... Yeah, I forget why she does it, but it's basically just like pure gasoline. And I just sort of envision Ron's mom kind of like Miss Dursley, Aunt Marge.
Ron's mom? Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ron Swanson.
Yeah, sorry, that's confusing.
Not-
I definitely need to make sure
I'm thinking about Mrs. Weasley.
No,
I know, me too. I was like, wow.
Mrs. Weasley is a saint.
Shade on Molly.
No, absolutely not. Anyways, that doesn't make as much sense if you haven't seen the scene. Rogge knows what I'm talking about, but
I do.
so that's
I
what
do.
I'm imagining in a drink-off between Hagrid and... I'm wondering if when they punctured Marge, did brandy just, like, go everywhere? Like, was just the walls covered in brandy?
That's what it was. It wasn't she was filling up with hot air. She was filling up with brandy.
Yeah, brandy and wine.
Yeah, that probably is. I mean, then can you imagine Petunia just spending weeks scrubbing the ceiling? And that did happen once to some of my friends. They were making mead in their house, and you have to like uncork it to give it a little bit of air to release some pressure.
What is mead?
It's like a honey flavored like liquor. I mean, it's like an old timey alcohol.
Okay.
And so I think it's like it's not like a super hard liquor. It's like sort of like grain based wine or something like that, but like honey flavored.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm not an expert here, but he did he lost control of it when he was trying to release the pressure and splattered it all over my friend's dining room. And the walls were sticky for years.
Wow.
So that's what I'm picturing. Anything else to get to in this chapter before we take a quick commercial break?
I think we've covered it. Are we missing anything, Carla?
I just want to mention when Ernie talks about the Azkaban guards, he says, they give me the collie wobbles. Never seen that word before, and I love it.
The collie wobbles.
I had thought that as well when I read that. I'm glad that you brought that up. We should try to work that into our daily vocabulary more.
That's our challenge for the week.
Yes. What page is that word specifically on, Rogge?
I have it on 4D, right in the middle of page 40. Talk about something else, Stan. There's a good lad. Them Azkaban guards give me the collie wobbles.
Hear about Harry Potter? Blew up his aunt.
Didn't we, Anne? Yeah. I feel like I'm just screaming into the mic.
I do too.
Anything about Tom, the barman? What's life like at the Leaky Cauldron? I mean, it seems pretty straightforward.
So is the Leaky Cauldron sort of a bar hotel? Or is it like a Holiday Inn with a bar in it?
It's a pub. It's mainly a pub.
Okay.
And pubs in England, I feel like traditionally kind of have rooms in them for renting.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I mean, I feel like that's... Let me look up the history of rooms and pubs. I don't know. In the medieval period, alehouses were ordinary dwellings where they served home-brewed ale and beer, and they would offer lodging for travelers, but it was sometimes just like a sleeping bag in the kitchen or in the barn. And so, yeah, I guess that was just something that was somewhat typical, is that they would offer housing.
Interesting.
But if you wanted something nicer, then you'd go to an inn.
Well, there you have it.
But it says the word hotel wasn't really used in England before 1800. So, well, there you go.
That concludes our history segment.
Oh, dang it. So we're going to take a quick break here, like I said, hear from one of our fine sponsors, and we will come back to you on the other side. Hey girl, hey.
What's up?
Oh my gosh, why do you look so down in the dumps?
I'm just super upset.
What could even be upsetting to you? You're going to get married.
I know.
You're engaged.
I know, and I'm going to look fabulous, but the problem is...
No problem.
No, I have a huge problem.
A problem?
Like a big prob. I literally can't find anyone to take video. I want video footage of me in this beautiful dress.
You gotta get a videographer.
I can't find one. I can't find any good ones.
Oh my gosh, haven't you heard of Logan R. Hayes?
Logan R. Hayes? Who is that?
He is only the greatest videographer. He does weddings and like short videos, and he like raps sometimes.
He's a rap guy?
Yeah, he can do it all.
Holy cow, if I wanted to like get in touch with Logan R. Hayes and maybe find out more about like what he does and maybe contact him about my wedding, how would I even do that?
OMG, do you remember his name?
Yeah, you just said it. It's Logan R. Hayes.
.com.
No way. So I just
Go
put
to
like
that.
3 W's in front of that and a dot?
Or don't even. It's not 1999 anymore. You don't have to type the www.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
LoganRHayes.com.
I go to LoganRHayes.com. I don't even have to type the W's because it's like 2018.
Correct.
And then let's say that I really like his stuff. Is there any way I could get like a cool discount?
You gotta get a quote. You gotta see how much it's gonna be. Okay. Use code MUGGLE.
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 Cool. And what will that get me?
It gets you a discount on the quote. It's 10% on the quote.
Wow.
So then you can use that 10% to get a 10% more expensive dress.
You always have the best ideas.
I know what it's about, Braden.
Literally can't wait to get Logan R. Hayes to do my wedding videographer.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna do all of my videographer. It's gonna be the best. I love you.
It's gonna be so lit.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We are back, taking on Chapter 4, The Leaky Cauldron. And, I mean, a somewhat eventful chapter. It starts out, I think, a little bit slow. Would you guys agree before it picks up?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's one of my favorite chapters in the whole series.
Really? So why is that, Carla? Why do you love this chapter?
It's really nice to have a look at the different stores and watching Harry just relax and having a good time. It's really not that common in his life. And it's nice to see him really happy and carefree.
That's a good point.
For, Sirius Black on the loose.
Yeah, to me it's like the calm before the storm.
You're getting used to J.K. Rowling's writing.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I like that you mentioned kind of, you get the landscape of Diagon Alley, and for me as a first time reader, like, we've been to Diagon Alley, but that is always helpful, like the more that she describes the surroundings of like a really familiar setting like that. So this chapter made me more interested in the Universal Studios amusement park of this version of this. So I want to see if they did, like, Rogge, would you say that they did it justice? Have you been there?
So I have been to the Wizarding World, but when I went, it was right when it opened, and so they only had the Hogsmeade portion out.
Okay.
But now there's Diagon Alley, and you take the Hogwarts Express over the lake to get to it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I would love to go, and I'd be excited to do so. I really like that take that you guys both have. I mean, this is a good time when things are a little calmer, and you can just see magic. I mean, sometimes we go whole chapters, and it's all about specific plot and Harry's emotions, and this is just a good few pages of, what's cool? Lots of different kinds of magic, magical stores, magical items, magical people.
Rat vets.
Yeah. You wouldn't have thought that you need like a magic veterinarian, but that's her creativity coming out.
Yeah, for sure.
That was my first kind of point. This seems like an awesome couple weeks to be Harry. If you were in Harry's situation here, Braden, and you too, Carla, I guess we can all answer this one. How would you spend these couple weeks? You're a 13-year-old living by yourself with basically unlimited money you're living in a wizard mall.
Carla, I'll let you answer this one first.
Okay, you're putting me on the spot there.
Or I can answer first, whatever you're more comfortable with.
But that's okay because I don't think my answer would be different. I'll just be poor by the end of these 2-3 weeks. Really, really poor.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to have the financial restraint that Harry does?
At 13? I don't have it now.
That's how I felt. I would come out on the other end of this 2 weeks with no money. Like, especially when he sees that firebolt.
Tell me about it.
I mean, can you imagine Harry's seeker skills with the firebolt?
I'm imagining if you're on a firebolt, like, they can't even see you.
Right.
You're just blurring across the Quidditch field.
Yeah. So, this is a point that you have on our rundown, Rogge. Like, Harry is so mature for a 13-year-old. The fact that he does exercise financial restraint in these 2 weeks with unlimited funds in a mall full of magic and brand new brooms, and I'm sure anything else he could imagine that would help him as he becomes a wizard. And the fact that he's doing some homework there, he goes ahead and gets all his books bought.
I guess he does splurge on those Sundays. He gets a free ice cream sundae every half an hour.
So he doesn't spend any money on them.
Yeah. But he's splurging on his calories.
He sure is. No wonder he needs new robes by the end of it.
Yeah.
It's the third year 30.
It's the third year 30. Yeah, his robes are a couple inches too short in the arms and the legs, around the waistband.
He's a growing boy, guys. Lay off him. Get off him.
So, yeah, we've got the firebolt. How much, I mean, price on request implies that, like, this is what, like, the equivalent of $10,000? Like, how much is this broomstick?
I read that as, you don't have enough.
If you have to ask.
Yeah. If it's a question, you don't have enough.
It said that a professional Quidditch team has already ordered them, so probably nobody else can afford them.
So I'm glad you brought that up. This interested me greatly. Is this the first mention of professional Quidditch?
It's possibly
if it's
the
not,
first
this
time.
is the first time that I've really noticed it. Do we get a look at that in the rest of the series at all? Is that ever a thing?
I'll just tell you what's going to happen. That'll be perfect.
Well, I'm not
And
saying
this will
like
be
you.
the last podcast.
Whatever, guys.
Has Ron not mentioned how much he loves the Chudley cannons?
Oh, shoot.
Have we not talked about that?
Sorry.
Okay.
I forgot.
No.
Oh yeah,
That's okay.
his room is all decorated with the
Yeah.
team's colors.
Yeah, didn't it mention like the World Cup?
Yes.
So
So it is kind of a different level. This talks about the Irish international team.
Yeah. I'm very interested in that. The World Cup of Quidditch.
I mean, the World Cup of soccer happens every 4 years, so do you think we'll get to see it?
I hope so.
When I said that World Cup of soccer, that made me think of Cristiano Ronaldo, who's Portuguese, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Do you like soccer? Do you like Ronaldo?
I like soccer just like I think any European likes soccer.
Sure.
You really have to, don't you?
Yeah.
It's kind of a way of life, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
I mean-
I'm not a huge fan. I rarely watch any games, but I do tend to watch them when it's a European Cup or World Cup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you watch
Portugal
like
is
Champions
actually-
League?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Do you watch Champions League?
Yeah, those are interesting too.
Yeah. I try to keep tabs on those through like sports apps, but I don't really watch much. I tried in college to get into Premier League for a while, and you had to wake up pretty early on Saturdays to watch your team, and sometimes you would spend hours and no one would actually score. It would just end in a 0-0 draw, and I could not handle that.
That's soccer for you.
Yeah. I think it's a beautiful game. I really respect, like, the Messis and Ronaldos of the world, but Man, if I'm going to give up most of my early Saturday morning to not even get one score, ugh, that's tough.
It's 90 minutes of nothing, really.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, but I do like football, soccer a bit.
Yeah.
When I think of Portugal, that's one of the first things is Cristiano Ronaldo,
Yeah.
and I do not like Ronaldo very much. I don't have that many soccer opinions, but when I lived in Spain, I was an Atletico Madrid fan,
Oh, okay.
and he was on Real Madrid, and yeah, I
Yeah,
was
that makes sense.
not having it.
Yeah.
How did you
So-
end up being an Atletico Madrid fan?
It was just because of my host family.
Oh, okay.
The father, I asked him at dinner one time, I said, so we live in Madrid, so we like Real Madrid. And he said, Real? No, odiamos Real Madrid. No, Atletico Madrid. Atletico. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm an Atletico Madrid fan. Like, that works for me.
Yeah, I need a place to sleep, so.
Yeah. It was a nice house. So I would talk to him I didn't get to see him that much because he worked, but when I would talk to him about soccer, we talked about like the Ballon d'Or, which is like the MVP kind of,
Exactly.
I think. And so I would say, oh, well, who do you think's going to win? Because Messi was hurt for a lot of that year, and he was just making up other players to say instead of Ronaldo, like, so, oh, maybe Ribéry or like these different French guys or
Luka Modric.
And, yeah, well,
He's the
I guess
latest
this was
one.
a while ago. Yeah, now.
Yeah.
But he just refused to say it, even though like the obvious choice was Ronaldo. Like he would not say it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's our sports talk for the episode. Have we hit everything on the bingo? We've got Parks and Rec
Sports
talk. We've got sports talk. We've got alcohol talk.
Alcohol talk. We've done some impersonations.
That's impersonations.
History with the whole in pub situation.
Yep, got some history.
Wow, we really have. We've hit all the bases.
We really have. About ready to wrap it up. So we do have this really just cool sequence for a few pages of Harry going to buy his school supplies. We get to see lots of different stores. We get to kind of look at some new classes that Harry has never taken before. Had you considered, Braden, that Harry would take new classes?
Not really. I don't know. I guess subconsciously I was thinking like he would just take the next level of,
right.
It goes back to that. I said this last episode, like I kind of have that collegiate perspective on Hogwarts, and I don't really know why. But so I'm just imagining like he just moves to like the 200 level of defense against dark arts and, that kind of thing. And
he does. I mean, he'll continue taking this year, potions and charms and transfiguration and whatever else. Yeah. But now that he's a third year, it's time to add on some additional classes, I guess.
Yeah. So I was interested, and I saw that you put it as a point here in the show that he's taking divination.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, when you read that word, what class were you thinking that was about?
I immediately thought, I need to ask Rogge what the heck that is. So I didn't really have a... Is that a spoiler for you to tell me what that class is?
Wait, you haven't figured it out yet?
I don't think so. Something to do with, like, the future, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the idea. So, let's see. Here on page 53, we're in Flourish and Blotts. We're in the bookstore. Which, what a great name for a bookstore.
Yeah, it does sound like a Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. When Mr. Flourish met Mr. Blott, they had to be like, yes, let's do this. So we're on page 53. We're looking at books called Predicting the Unpredictable, Broken Balls When Fortunes Turn Foul, Unfogging the Future. So all of that is kind of telling you what? This is a class about...
predicting the future.
Yeah, so you as a muggle, what do you think of when you think predicting the future? What's Harry going to learn about? Different ways to predict the future? Like what?
Basically how to be like a savant or a psychic. Like,
So
I'm sure
what
that
methods will he employ?
they'll give each student like a crystal ball.
Sure.
And they'll teach them how to maybe read people's palms.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the class. Yep, it's all that branch of magic, the different ways that people try to figure out what's going to happen.
When do they take card tricks?
like pick a card, any card?
Is that kind of like a fifth year thing, maybe? Yeah, probably a fifth year thing.
Sure. No
I
spoilers.
assume Penn
I
and
won't
Teller
spoil you
teach
on
that class. They bring them in as like a guest lecturer.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
That's how it goes.
Cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Chris Angel used to be the head professor, but
I assume they bring in David Blaine every year at some point, just as kind of like a, hey, there's going to be an event on this night. If you guys all want to see David Blaine try to get out of a straitjacket where we've put him miles beneath the school.
yeah. First you got to make it to Miles Beneath the School, so it's just going to be Harry and Ron.
Good point.
Hermione's going to get petrified somehow.
Hermione would be there if she wasn't a cat. I mean, let's be fair. She would have made it last time if she wasn't a cat.
Yeah, that was the problem. Too cat.
So much cat.
So the other class we're looking at is Care of Magical Creatures. Does this explain the Monster Book of Monsters whole concept a little bit?
I would think so. I would think those two classes sort of build on each other. Or I guess one's a class, one's a book. I would say that one...
First we're going to take the Monster Book of Monsters class. And...
Yeah, I would say that you're going to use the Monster Book of Monsters quite a bit in Care of Magical Creatures.
So are we learning about creatures or monsters? What's the line here? What's the difference between a creature and a monster?
To me, creatures are probably things just like that you'll run into in your wizarding life, like out in the wild, or just, they're kind of common. The Monster Book of Monsters is probably like, hey, these are some creatures that are really dangerous, so here's how to handle those ones if you come in contact.
That's smart. That'll be good. We skipped over a little bit in the talk of divination. Harry did happen to see a book with a giant black dog on it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this?
Well, maybe we can turn there and kind of review that, because I don't really know.
So we started at the bottom of page 53, but Harry wasn't listening. His eyes had fallen on another book, which was among a display on a small table. Death Omens. What to do when you know the worst is coming. Harry continued to stare at the front cover of the book. It showed a black dog, large as a bear, with gleaming eyes. It looked oddly familiar.
Oh, so maybe that thing that he saw in the alley was that black dog, but it's large as a bear.
That's a big dog.
So that's where when you asked me earlier, like, how did I come to the werewolf thing, that's kind of what I thought of when I read that.
That's what I figured, yeah.
I forgot about that little chunk there. Because to me, like, a giant bear that looks more like a dog, that screams werewolf.
So this is supposed to be a death omen. Do you think that Harry has seen a death omen? Is Harry going to die?
I don't think Harry's going to die.
Just because there's more books?
So, what is the idea here?
I guess there could just be death around him.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a death around him in this book.
Rip Ron.
Oh gosh, I hope it's not Ron. I think we can all say we hope it's Malfoy.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Is Harry going to kill someone, maybe? Okay, do we take this death omen thing seriously?
I feel like I don't know. I don't know how to, like, discern whether that's just a weird magical thing that, like, J.K. Rowling had fun in adding, or if that's mentioned for a purpose. To me, I lean more towards mentioned for a purpose.
Always better safe than sorry with that.
Yeah. I don't know. The fact that Harry's kind of like I imagine that the person who's kind of like talking through these books with him is like talking to him, and he's just like zoned out, like not listening to anything they're saying because he's so like fixed on this book.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's like something's going on here. I don't know. I don't know if there'll be a death of like a student around him or if it'll be a professor at the school.
Ooh. Snape, maybe?
I don't think Snape will die. I think he's too central of a character. But to me, like, I don't know why, but I'm kind of feeling like this is going to be the start. And I could be way off on this, but I feel like this book, like Prisoner of Azkaban, will be the start of J.K. Rowling starting to like, okay, we had our fun in the first 2 books as like a children's book. Now we're going to like, not everything's going to end perfectly from here on out.
So we're starting to get a little darker in tone and content.
I think so. Because I think by the end of the series, it'll be like, all bets are off. Like anything could happen.
So this is like something could happen.
Yeah.
There's like some bets that are off.
Yeah, we've still got some bets that are on. Probably most our bets are on.
But there's a couple
But we've
that are
got
off.
a few that we're not sure about.
Are they on? Are they off?
Only time will tell.
We'll have to take some divination and maybe see.
Exactly.
So that we finally get reunited with the rest of the trio. Actually, we see the whole quad squad at some point.
Yeah, we do.
And
Sorry. Just don't.
No.
Just wanted to ask you guys if we can appreciate the assistant at the bookstore that has to collect the Monster Book of Monsters from their cage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Worst job at Diagon Alley.
For sure.
He's so sad when he thinks they need books. He's like, oh my gosh, we really have to.
Yeah, because at first when I read it and it said that he kind of like pushes Harry out of the way, I was kind of like, what's your deal, man? Like, this is Harry Potter. Do you know who you're talking to? And then once I learned that he has to do that for literally every student that walks in there and he's getting bit, it's like, yeah, man, I get it. That sucks.
I also like the story about the invisible books of invisibility that they ordered and never found again.
How dumb is that? That's just dumb.
Yeah, bad design, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I like to think, when I read that, I was thinking I would like to be that book selling company. And I would just say, oh yeah, we'll ship you a bunch of invisible books.
Yep.
You can just pay up front and, oh, there you go. Did you get them? I sent them.
Mr.
So.
Merriman, do you take credit card?
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
Yeah, you'll just need to swipe that right now. Nope. Yep. Right
Yep.
here. And yeah,
then,
that entire truckload of books will be to you in, I don't know, maybe a month.
I thought you were going to just point. You see that truckload of books? That's yours. And they're like, what truckload? And you're already gone.
It's pulling out right now. Oh, there. Well, you can't see it because, the trees. Yeah.
It's an invisible truck. And but like I feel like that's worse though. Like this is just some books that are fighting each other.
Yeah.
And so like you got bit. Oh no, it's by a book. It doesn't like it has teeth.
If you have to sell that book that year, I think that guy needs to get paid a little more. His job becomes totally different.
Yeah. Well, he's the manager.
Yeah.
It said the manager impatiently on the top of page 53.
Yeah.
I thought it was the assistant. I think maybe Ron and Hermione mentioned an assistant later that was quite distressed when they asked for 2 copies.
Oh, maybe. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, it says the manager impatiently.
Mm-hmm.
But I think later on,
it says. Yeah. You're right. The assistant nearly cried when we said we wanted 2.
I would cry too.
Yeah. I don't think I'd handle that very long. Probably close up shop.
I think they have a new assistant every day.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think so.
HR is having a bad week.
High turnover.
It's tough to find good help these days.
Nobody's taught how to handle a monster book of monsters anymore, you know?
It's like, oh, I don't want to get bit.
These millennials, I'm telling you.
Millennials.
Yeah. They keep thinking they need all 10 fingers.
Yeah. You can just magic like some fake fingers on, you'll be fine.
They'll probably
Madame
work
Pomfrey.
better.
Yeah.
Why not a whole arm?
Yeah, I guess like I wonder if any wizards have replaced too many of their body parts with like magical body parts and turned into like a robot or something.
Well, Harry replaced all the bones in his arm, but I think it was with new bones.
Yeah, those are like real bones. He should have gotten metal bones like Wolverine.
Right. That was a bad choice on his part.
That was for you, editress Jessica.
Yeah, should have taken Metal Grow instead of Skelligrow or something.
So if this beast in the alley turns out to be a werewolf, Rogge, do you think it will be played by Hugh Jackman in the movie? Is it safe for me to assume that?
Well, I think we're going to have to bring Jessica, the resident Hugh Jackman expert, in to tell us about that. I think Hugh Jackman usually plays Wolverines more than werewolves.
Well, they're the same thing.
And those are the same thing. So it's just hard to say.
World may never know.
Is he British? Or is he Australian?
I think he's an Aussie.
I think he's Australian.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that'll be allowed then to play Harry Potter. Maybe in the Australian reboot. We're excited to see Ron and Hermione. Hermione's taking a bunch of classes here on page 57. She's taking not just Care of Magical Creatures and Divination, but also Arithmancy, Ancient Runes, and Muggle Studies.
What's Arithmancy?
Oh, man.
I think it's like wizard math, although I don't get why math would work differently.
Yeah, it's definitely implied to be like the equivalent of like calculus. It's like their version of kind of taking a math class. I'm going to Google a better definition here. Okay, it studies the magical properties of numbers, including predicting the future with numbers and numerology.
So yeah,
if you
calculus.
do that, then you're an arithmancer. You have to like, yeah.
It sounds like a bit like divination then.
Yeah, with the predicting the future.
To me, calculus has magical properties by itself, so that makes sense.
Very secret magical property.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it's something that's important for like curse breaking. I guess Bill took arithmancy in school, and it helped for his work as a curse breaker for Gringotts.
Nice.
Or maybe he didn't, and now he's in trouble.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah, that would be rough. So she's taking a bunch of classes. Thoughts on that? Is this just like, yep, sounds like something Hermione would do?
Classic Hermione. I assume that can you graduate early from Hogwarts?
Would you want to?
No, but I feel like if you can, Hermione's gonna get that done by like her 4th year.
There's like a couple standardized tests that you take later on. And so I would imagine... Yeah, I think like Hermione is awesome at her classes, but she doesn't really double up. Like she doesn't take multiple years of Transfiguration at once. Yeah. Like I don't think that's possible. Yeah. Because there's just so much content.
Sure.
It's not about being good at it. It's just about the content, I think.
Sure.
So it's nothing I've ever heard of. But Ron got a new wand. That's good.
That's going to be huge moving forward, especially if they make it underneath the school again. Ron's actually going to be useful.
Well, but like, what if someone steals his wand and tries to use it against him now, then it's going to work. That was his best move.
Oh, you're right.
Was to plant a bad wand on himself.
Yeah, he planned it all along.
Ron was a living decoy.
Yeah. Ron was like, what's the best case scenario? Like, I actually use a spell on someone? That's not going to be helpful.
I don't know. I think maybe we're underestimating Ron. You know, given the right tools, maybe Ron is just as good as Harry.
So we just got to carve like a scar onto him somewhere and
on the other
kill his
side
parents,
of his head.
And then on the back of his head?
Well, I mean, like, you know how Harry's scar is kind of like off to one side? Yeah, just
in the movies, yes.
Just the other side.
Okay, so should he wear glasses too?
Yes.
That's a tool. We go to the pet store, like the PetSmart of the Wizarding World, here on page 57. No, on page 58. The Magical Menagerie. And so, like, Scabbers is sick? Talk to me about this.
Yeah, all we know is that Ron says Egypt didn't agree with him. So I don't know what to make of that. Are there no rats in Egypt?
I mean, they worship cats, so maybe he was scared.
Ooh, that's a good point. Giant cats everywhere.
Yeah.
Never thought of that before, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
I always figured it was just like, you know how your grandpa will go on a cruise or something and be like, foreign food. It upset my stomach. Dang foreign food. That's kind of what I always thought.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
So Scabbers racist is what it is.
Maybe. But doesn't the, I don't know what the correct term for her is, but the veterinarian behind the counter basically say like, yeah, this is a muggle rat, so it's not supposed to live real long.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, your rat's just super old. Like, what do you want?
Basically just like, well, I don't know what you want me to do with it. It's not magic, so why don't you buy one of these that is magic?
Seems smart. Like, can you picture Ron upgrading?
I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of sentimental value there with Scabbers. Him and Scabbers have been through a lot.
Yeah, he bit Goyle once. Yeah. That was good.
So, I understand why Ron's not quite ready to let go of Scabbers just yet. I say that, and I also despise rats with every fiber of my being. So
worse than spiders?
They're like real close to the same level. Like, I don't like mice, but typically they're small and you only see them for like a second and then they're afraid of you and they run away. Like, if it's big enough to be classified as a rat, I'm out. I am gone.
Have you seen Ratatouille?
Yeah, so that's a whole nother podcast. I like that movie because I appreciate Disney Pixar and who they are and what they do. That movie bothers me. It's like
just the idea of rats being close to food.
The whole concept of that movie. Like, that's one of my little sister's favorite Disney movies. And every time I watched it with her, I'm like, I get it. It's a cute movie and it's well done. Like, they chose good actors for the voices. But yeah, the whole concept, like, I can't sleep after watching that.
I've never seen it.
It's a good movie. You should see it. Just
adorable.
It is. It really is. But at the same time, when you think about it for what it is, and it's hundreds of rats operating a kitchen and then serving said food to people who eat it. And they're climbing all over the chef and, like, making him cook food by pulling his hair and stuff. Man, that gives me the... What's the word we're trying to use more of? The collywobbles. It gives me the collywobbles.
In it.
I'm not bothered with rats, but spiders really, really get me.
So rats don't bother you at all?
Not really, no.
Okay, so my brother-in-law, he's like 13, I think. He had, like, a pet rat.
Isaac? We're talking Isaac?
He brought one home it was like a school, like a science project of some sort, and it was just this white rat with red eyes. And I think at the time, like, Hannah, my wife and I had been dating for a while, but, you know, not to the point where I am now with, like, comfortability with her brothers. Mm-hmm. And sure. I came over to her house and was going to hang out with her, and he gets that rat out of the cage and kind of, like, holds his hand out, like, juts it out at me, like, check out this rat, hold it. And I jumped back like a foot and was just like, hey, man, I appreciate that that's yours. Don't bring it near me because I am not afraid to punt it across the room. Like, I'll do what needs to happen to make sure that thing's dead.
I have a special set of skills.
No, I don't, but yeah. Anyways, I'm not a big fan of rats in any shape or form.
Okay. So you like Hermione's pet better.
I do, and I'm not even really a cat fan.
But it seems like Hermione's cat isn't really a rat fan.
Right. So it's kind of one of those, like, we're not so different, you and I.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. So I think I could get along with Crookshanks.
What do you think of that name, Crookshanks?
I had to rewind the audiobook a couple times to really catch what he was saying. And I'm glad that you had it spelled out here on the rundown because I still wasn't entirely sure. That's a horrible name for anything. It's not really a name. It sounds like a tool. Like,
pull out the Crookshanks.
Yeah, like, hey, can you grab me that Crookshanks?
Hey, what do you want that Crookshanks for, though, innit?
What you want that Crookshanks for?
Sean!
It's a bloody Crookshanks!
It's just a Crookshanks! You're out of your tree using a Crookshanks for that!
It's the third drawer down! The third drawer, you bloody moron!
You don't need a Crookshanks, you need a Collywobble for that!
Yeah.
George Weasley. Oh no. Okay, I can't hear you, but you guys can probably hear me. Because George knocked my headphone cord out. So give me just a second here. Okay, we're back. And we're back. Could you hear me that whole time?
I could hear you that whole time.
Yeah.
Me freaking out. George is very close to the microphone, and he wants to be on the pod.
Carla, George is Rogge's dog. Did you
I know,
already know
yeah.
that? Okay, all right.
I'm sure he's been posted to the Instagram since Rachel's in charge of it.
I didn't think of that.
Oh, he's a good boy. George Weasley Merriman. Such a good boy. Okay, so we've got... I just kind of wanted to bring up... We're still hearing a lot about Sirius Black. Everybody's talking about Sirius Black. It's still all up in the newspaper. Do we have any... I mean, we've kind of already touched on the seriousness that we think we should ascribe to that situation.
Seriousness?
I
I see what you did there.
That wasn't even on purpose. That it just happens.
What'd you say that for?
Get off me, Braden. Just
But really, do we care about Percy as head boy?
do we?
I don't trust Percy. I don't care that he's a head boy. I don't trust him.
Because he hid his girlfriend from his whole family last year.
That, and I just think he's a weirdo. There's something just... I don't know. Something about him. Don't trust him.
He's really different from the rest of them, isn't he?
He is. And it's...
How would
to
you
me,
feel
it's...
if he was adopted?
Yeah. To me, it's like... I don't know. I get a weird feeling whenever we read about Percy. Like that he is up to something or... I don't know.
I mean, he's a good canvas for some of Fred and George's pranks.
He is.
You gotta appreciate that.
He is.
They tried to shut him in a pyramid.
That's a prank that could go wrong in a hurry.
I mean, can any pranks go that wrong when you can do magic?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I guess they can go correspondingly, like, more wrong. Like, you could blow someone's head off or something.
Yeah. You can blow up your aunt.
Good thing they don't send people to Azkaban for that.
Nope.
And then, so the back half of this chapter, we get a few pages. Page 65. Harry's to go downstairs to find the rat tonic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to help out scabbers.
And he happens to overhear a conversation. So walk us through your thoughts when you're reading this conversation. Are you on Mr. or Mrs. Weasley's side here?
I was kind of reading it on Arthur's side. Mainly because I don't think it makes Harry any safer by not telling him, because clearly Sirius Black, if he is indeed after Harry Potter, which I think it's obvious that he is, like, he was able to break out of the impossible to break out of prison. So do we think by just, like, not telling him and pretending it's not a thing that he's gonna, that, like, he'll just be alright?
Right.
And I get where Molly's coming from in that, like, he's, like, Dumbledore is still there, so we should take some solace in that, but to me, Harry's proven himself in the last two books. Like, when there's danger in his future, like, he and the Quad Squad prepare well, and they figure out a way to get it done. So, I don't know. It is hard because he's 13. And, like, how do you tell a 13-year-old, like, yeah, that guy that everybody's freaking out about, like, he's trying to kill you. So do what you will with that. But at the same time, like, I kind of lean towards what Arthur's saying, and, like, that better that he be prepared for what might lie ahead.
Yeah, this is the classic, is it better to prepare him? Molly's all about, like, his feelings. The truth would terrify him. He's happy not knowing. What's the point? Right? You've heard, like, worrying just makes you have to live through the bad thing twice. Like, there's no point in worrying.
That's a good point, yeah.
But Arthur's whole thing is you want to set him on guard.
Right.
Like, you might as well know what you're facing. And so you, I mean, what have we called Harry so far today? Responsible, mature. We've got a pretty high opinion of Harry's capability. So that's why we're willing to take that extra step and trust him with more information as opposed to less. Do you think that's what it kind of comes down to?
Yeah, and I think that it may give Harry the time to enlist the help he needs, you know?
Yeah.
So
he can try to train Hagrid up.
Yeah, exactly.
Into being a half-competent wizard.
Or just, like, seeking Dumbledore's advice on it, which he seems like leery to do in the first 2 books, but
Yeah.
maybe he's learned from that and is starting to realize he can come to Dumbledore with this kind of stuff. I don't know. I see both sides. That's a hard one.
Right, but you agree with Arthur and Harry.
Yeah. I don't know, if I'm Harry, I think I'd rather know that. But then again, like, that kind of ruins his year at Hogwarts then.
Would you rather have your year ruined at Hogwarts or have a good first semester and then you're murdered because you didn't know to be worried about being murdered?
Yeah. I don't think I'd go with murdered.
Right.
Where do you lie on this scale, Carla? Molly or Arthur?
It's really hard because I know where Molly's coming from. She's trying to protect him. She's being motherly. But I think I'm with Arthur. He needs to know or else he won't understand, well, why he's being protected, why he's not being punished by the ministry, and why he has to be careful.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, as a teacher and like an adult, my thing has always been to treat kids like adults and give them more responsibility and let them succeed or fail on their own merits, kind of, because that's how I wanted to be treated. So I definitely would be more of the Arthur. I would be more apt to tell him than hide it from him. But that's, I mean, he brings up, he has points. Like, it's not just tell him. It's like, I want him to be on guard. Black is going after him. And so, like, he isn't just doing it arbitrarily, but he's thinking...
It's not a gossip thing.
Right, absolutely. He's doing it because he thinks it'll help.
It's valuable information.
So that's where we are, heading into the next chapter. Do you think we see Black anytime soon, or is this an end of the book confrontation thing?
I think it's an end of the book thing.
Okay. So he's not going to pull a Dobby and prevent Harry from getting on the train?
No. I think he'll, like I said, I think he'll find a way to get to Harry underneath the school.
Is there going to be anything else? But I mean, what's our next step? Hogwarts? Last year we had the whole Dobby thing. We had the flying car. Is anything going to stand between Harry and getting to school this year?
I don't think so. I mean, I just sort of assume the next chapters will start with the start of classes.
Okay.
So.
And we're excited for those new classes. We're getting tired of the old ones.
I think so. I think the divination thing could be interesting with what's like in connection with the Sirius Black news.
Right.
So
there's always something like mystical and going on with Harry Potter,
right.
So it might be good to know what's in his future. Right. It could be good. We had a lot of good quotes, so that kind of covers the Prisoner of Azkaban for this episode. Anything else we want to touch on in the wrap-up before we say goodbye?
That's Braden's beef.
Oh, he had a little bit of a beef, right?
Yeah. There wasn't anything too beefy from these 2 chapters other than I think we need to stop throwing around the phrase that Azkaban is impossible to break out of, because it doesn't seem that hard.
Exactly.
Bwah, 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 bwah.
Braden's beef!
I thought you were going to be like, Braden's beef. Like, it's not too beefy.
Kind of a Braden's beef.
Braden's beef.
The vegetarian this week.
Yeah. Well, we've got, let's see, let me take a look. This is always a fun part of the episode when I look to see how much we're going to read next week. Braden's been really pushing for 3 chapters. What do you think, Carla? Do you like 2 chapters?
Well, I'm a listener, so if you could get 3 chapters and 2 hours on an episode, that's fine. It's really up to you guys. I think I'll enjoy it anyways.
Sure. Let's see. Talents and tea leaves. I just want to make sure that enough stuff happens in these chapters. Just kind of leafing through here. I think that we're good with 2 chapters. We've got some really big ones coming up. So like the first 4 chapters, we've read 68 pages so far, right? Mm-hmm. We have almost 60 pages coming up just in these next 2 chapters.
Okay.
So they're pretty substantial.
Alrighty.
And that'll be good. Yeah. So we'll do chapters 5 and 6 of Prisoner of Azkaban next week. We're trying to record every week. Other than I just sort of remembered that with our with our lovely cast program that Carla has now seen over here on the recording page, we only get 10 hours of recording per month.
Okay.
And so I'm starting to worry that we might reach that this month if we record every week. So we'll have to think about planning that. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Any other updates that we want to remind our listeners of?
As I'm looking through, I don't think so.
No. We did do a live watch of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on Saturday.
Yeah, that was
fun.
Dumpster fire.
How did you think it went? It was really bad. I don't know if you saw any of it on Facebook, Carla.
No.
We live streamed it, but I don't think we were even saving it to put up because it took us like 4 hours to watch
Hannah
the movie.
and I watched like 10 minutes of it last night, and it is so bad.
Oh, you watched 10 minutes of the live stream? How's the sound quality?
It's shoddy at best. There's like an entire like 10-minute sequence where everything you say, you hear like the first 2 syllables of it, and then it's just so that's really horrible. There's like a 5-minute sequence where it's just Rogge eating in front of the screen.
Oh yeah, there's definitely that. That absolutely did happen. And no one's there. I'm just like talking to myself.
Yeah. But did you like the movie at all, Braden?
I did, and I think that the production value of the film compared to the first movie, they stepped up in a big way. Like the acting, the filming, just all of it, I think was a lot better. So it makes me excited as the series moves on, like for the movies. With that being said, I want to think about moving forward, still watching the movie together, but just recording a post-movie pod, like maybe a 30-minute reaction. Just because I felt like I didn't... Like, Rogge and I are wanting to talk about it as we're watching it, which is cool, but there are sequences of the movie that I felt like I didn't even watch. Or I did watch, but I couldn't hear I should have turned subtitles on, but... I don't know. It's just really hard to be fully engaged in the discussion and fully engaged in watching the movie. So...
Yeah, I didn't consider that because for me, it's not. I'm like, let's discuss it. I know exactly what's happening. So I do want to be sensitive to that. We are definitely going to record a little recap post-movie episode. If not tonight, then soon. But we're open to listener suggestions, thoughts on that. Carla, do you like the idea of watching Braden watch the movie in real time? If not live, then at least a recorded version of that? Or would you rather just hear his thoughts afterwards?
The first option, would it be like a reaction video, like on YouTube? A reaction?
Yeah, basically. I mean, that's what we did for Sorcerer's Stone, was we had the camera on us and on his face while he watched it.
But to me...
I listened to the audio. Sorry, Braden. I listened to the audio for that one. I think I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think probably the recap would be fun, and then maybe you can record the whole thing, and then just edit some parts that were you had funny reactions to stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that could be good.
Braden is watching the film and wondering, wait a minute, where's this that I read about?
Yeah, I guess in my mind, as someone who has never, who's discovering all this, the books, the movies, all that, I want to be able to be fully engaged in the movie.
Yeah.
And then, maybe it's right after the movie that we record the reaction pod, but then I can just blurt it all out. I liked this. I didn't like this. This scene was weird. I don't understand this. I don't know.
Record it right after when it's still really fresh in your memory.
Right. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Great.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Maybe you could write down notes or something, but not feel like you have to talk, and that way you know exactly what you want to say, and so it's still a version of your thoughts right as it happened.
Exactly.
So, my big push is that I want I think we should probably try to get together for it if we're both going to watch it next time, because we had a lot of technical difficulties. For those of you that don't know yet, it was bad. It was really bad. So we'll try to work some of those kinks out by doing it just together.
Yeah. How did you manage all the spiders in the film?
Dude, Aragog was disgusting.
I know.
Like, I just... That brought back some flashbacks of nightmares I had as a child.
I forgot to tell you, but before I started by reading the first 4 books, but before I had any contact with Harry Potter, I went to the movies and saw the second film.
Oh, that was your first Harry Potter.
Yeah, I went with a friend and I knew nothing about it. And then all of a sudden it was a whole film about spiders. And I didn't really like it. I didn't really see it, actually, because I kept closing my eyes and hiding behind my friend.
I don't blame you.
So then I read the books, and then when I saw the film again, I was ready for it. But that first experience was awful.
That's a tough introduction to the series, for sure.
It is. I thought I had a bad watching, like, the part 1 of the Deathly Hallows as my first one.
Yeah.
Which, thankfully, for the sake of this, I don't remember really anything from, but...
Yeah. We try not to bring it up.
I can remember just being so completely lost.
I was trying so hard to lean over and whisper the plot points to you guys.
Yeah, I did appreciate your effort, but it was kind of futile.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it didn't work.
Right. It works out.
And now we have a podcast. Well, thank you, listeners, for listening to another episode of A Muggle's Perspective. We want to specifically thank Carla for coming on this episode. Carla, it was so much fun having you on.
Thank you. It was really fun being here.
Good.
Feel free to come on again.
You'll be coming on again? Yeah, definitely.
Hey.
We loved your input. Everyone needs to be sure to subscribe to the show and rate and review on iTunes and whatever else you listen to it on. That helps us climb the charts and lets people discover us more easily, like Carla did, which is awesome. And like us on Facebook. That's how you'll get the most interaction, Facebook and Instagram. Braden, what if they want to hear their voice on the show?
They would need to call the Howler. So to do that, you would need to call 978-POTTER-0. That is 978-768-8370. Did I get it right that time?
Yes, I believe that is correct.
Perfect. So that's 978-768-8370. Or you can visit our website for basically all social media. We've kind of got it compiled there. Email info, links to subscribe, all that kind of stuff. That is mugglespodcast.com. So be sure to check that out as well. So yeah, that's kind of all the ways you can reach us. I think next week we'll be doing, it sounds like, the next 2 chapters. So is that 5 and 6?
Yes, 5 and 6.
Prisoner of Azkaban. So as always, we thank producer Jeremy and editress Jessica for their hard work on the podcast, and we thank Jessica for being a Hugh Jackman connoisseur.
Yep. We thank our patrons.
Yes. We thank all of you
really appreciate
for listening.
Yeah.
And for your feedback.
And viewers like you. Oh yeah, feed us back.
So I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Bye.